What's up, y'all? It's your girl Stacy the Intuitive, back with another video. We got a different hairstyle today. I'm getting very tired of this hair that I have going on, so y'all will see me with the different styles soon. So we're gonna do some readings today. We're gonna do a reading. I have the smoke going with my sage, this gifted to me sage, and we have some cards back here, so we're gonna pick out some decks and we're gonna get started. So the deck that is first calling me, I'm gonna say, is the energy oracle. So we're gonna see what wants to come up for y'all today. Okay, we're trying something new. I think that the schedule that I'm kind of trying to acclimate to is going to be 3 videos a week, 1 ASMR, 1 reading, and 1 channel download. I plan to start this week, but you know, your girl, she had some things going on, so I didn't. My moon cycle came and she smacked me in the head, so I took a little delay, but it is, midweek. It's Wednesday and I'm ready to make a reading. So I'm gonna cleanse these cards. I already did a little prayer. Thank you, God and the divine. Thank you to my benevolent team. Thank you to your benevolent team for being here and for helping me to cleanse these cards and for helping me to step into this space to give messages for the highest and greatest good of the people. So let's see what wants to come through, y'all. I don't really have any prior downloads. Actually, I do have this big download of the unknown that has been coming up a lot, this unknown energy. So I'm excited to tune into that and see what wants to come through, okay? Because I keep seeing like license plate and just like random things that say unknown. So maybe we're stepping into the unknown. But let's see what message wants to come through for the highest and greatest good of the collective of those watching who are meant to watch this. Please allow me to read in the most clear and efficient way for the people, okay? Allow them to hear the voice of my soul and for them to hear with their hearts, hear with their souls, okay? So, starting off, we got our first row. We got the temple path. All right, we got adjacent possibilities. Ooh. We have rest and rejuvenation and broken heart. So already what I'm getting here right off the bat, y'all, is that there is this, you guys are walking down a healing path, and there is like a kind of like an unknown energy, but there are many avenues and, possibilities that are available to you guys at this time. But you do have to sit in your pain for a little bit, okay? It's not to say that you're going to be like waiting forever and nothing like that. It's to say that you need to take the time. It could literally be one night. But I feel like y'all need to get present for your pain. There's some pain coming up. There's some pain that wants to be addressed. And I feel like you guys are kind of at this place where you don't want to go down that path, right? You're kind of avoiding the healing that lies down that end of the path. Because to you, it seems like, no, I don't want to go there. Like, I'm trying to go the opposite direction. It seems like the total opposite of where you want to go. But it is leading you to a significant healing place with that temple path card. It is a healing path for you to take. But the whole initiation thing would be willing to sit in that pain, because that is what will show you the adjacent possibilities here. So yeah, you guys got a really interesting energy wanting to show up. I'm gonna do a couple more of these and then we're gonna switch it, because I haven't done a lot of oracle, like big readings in a while. So we're just gonna go with it and see like the whole spread that we can get. So yeah, we got the sun. It's like things will become clear, energies will be, released that need to be released. And then we have goddess of the moon. It's like your intuition is leading you there. Then we have the journey card. It's leading you on a journey. A couple more came through. Then we have the heart chakra. This is a journey of your heart, right? This is what's in your heart. It's leading you to your true self, door to value, and cornucopia. So the path that you're avoiding actually just so happens to be the exact path that's for you, the exact path that resonates with your truth, the exact path that is meant for you, which is kind of crazy, and y'all are avoiding that path. Let's get into why are we avoiding this path? What are we feeling for our next deck? Okay, I think I am feeling the Modern Witch Tarot. So that is going to be just a regular tarot deck, but a little bit more modern. So we're going to cleanse these cards. The question that's coming up is like, why are y'all avoiding this path? Because understanding the why, and we're cleansing it again. There's very little smoke, but it's still enough to get the job done. No, the fan is getting it going. But if we understand why, we can work with it a little bit more. So why is the collective avoiding going down this path when it's so clear? Obviously, it must have to do with that broken heart energy, the pain that you're perceiving that will come of it. But like, I feel like you guys are just like deathly avoiding it. So let's get into that. So the first, yep, deathly avoid. As I said that, this 4 of Cups. Y'all are unavailable. You're like, I don't want that. But it also has to do with your unavailability for what it is that you truly want. Because that walking down that path will give you exactly what you want. And I feel like you would be able to see it so clearly if you were available, like internally, to what you actually want. Taking action. I feel like this is not that you guys are unavailable to taking action. It's that I feel like y'all are taking action up against a brick wall. You're kind of like, I already know what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, it's giving that Knight of Wands energy, you know, like when you're a teenager and talking to parents, like, I already know what I want to do. Like, I know what I want to do. I don't need your advice. It's like unavailable type of energy. I feel like you guys have your sights set on some certain actions to take, and it's really keeping you unavailable. So then we have the 4 of Pentacles, obviously holding back or holding on as well. In this circumstance, to me, it looks like, let me pick up the cards. I feel like this is you guys taking, like, holding on to some action that you've taken long ago, right? You're like holding yourself up because, you know, it's like, say that this is just a random example, but say that you were about to like go into a race with a bunch of people, like with someone, like you're going to go into a race with someone. They don't show up. You're waiting for them, but all the other kids are having a race elsewhere, but you won't go because you're holding on to this action. You're holding on to this, like you're unavailable to what it is you truly want, to the point where you start to forget why you even went there. And then we have the Justice card, which again makes this very interesting. This is like the energy of kind of like keeping yourself in place. You're keeping yourself in place, but it's kind of under the guise of action. But this Justice energy here comes to, it's like it's trying to give you justice for the time that you've waited. It's trying to give you justice for the energies that you didn't get, right? The justice is you walking away and being like, I deserve to go run with those other kids. I'm not waiting for you anymore. You shouldn't have kept me here. Justice is like trying to come in through you choosing it. It's very interesting here. Justice comes in through like specifically from you realizing that the circumstances that you're in was actually injustice. Now, it doesn't have to be so harsh, right? That's what I want to kind of iterate, because, you know, you don't know why the person might not have came to the race, but the injustice is that you would feel like you have to wait. It's more so about what you deserve rather than like any external parties in this circumstance. It's like totally about what you deserve, what you should get. And you guys are kind of holding yourself back, kind of holding yourself in place from this, when there's literally opportunity like right there available to you. But like I said, this rest and rejuvenation energy and heartbreak, broken heart, that is the energy of you guys needing to sit in this, right? You might be there for a moment, but the moment that you stop saying, I'm waiting, oh my God, where are they? Blah, 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 like looking around, being frantic. The moment you're like, oh, they didn't come. Like you kind of like sit in it, because the advice here is not to just ignore this and go on to the next, right? It's to get present for this, because this here is exactly what got you to stay in the first place. It's exactly what got you to stay in place there in the first place. So you need to get present for, what is this pain? Like, what am I feeling as a result of this? You being where you are right now is 100% aligned, and it's meant to be. But when you stay for too long, that's when you get a problem, right? This position of being able to kind of switch gears comes through only through the realization of this. This is very important because it gets you to realize something about yourself, what justice is to you, what you deserve, door to value, cornucopia, that all this stuff is available to you. That position that you're in is so important, but holding on to it will be the detriment here, okay? Holding on will be the detriment. Let's see, what else do I want to know? What else do we want to know here? Say your question in your head. Maybe I'll get it. So, I mean, what I'm wondering is what's going to happen? Like, where is this temple path leading you? You know, like, what are the ins and outs? Like, what's going to come to you of this leap that you take in a different direction, right? Obviously justice, but like, let's get deeper into it. What's coming of this? We have planting seeds, Page of Pentacles. We have the 8 of Wands, moving fast. This is like you plant a seed in the soil and it moves very fast. The cycle of whatever you plant moves very, very fast. Okay, we got some cards. Hold on. We have Okay. So we have, you plant a seed, it moves very fast. And we have temperance, because something about it is like really in alignment with the natural cycles and flows of life. That's how I feel with that temperance card. It's like day and night, right? Like, say that you have something that's going on at night. I'm trying to like get comfortable because my ankles are starting to hurt, but in the crisscross position. But like, it's like the cycles of day and night, for example. Oh, sorry guys. The cycles of day and night, for example. So you might plant a seed that at night that can only take place during the day, but you know that day and night are going to come. So there's something about the seed that you're planting that's totally in alignment with the growth cycle of whatever it is that you're doing. It's totally in alignment with the path itself, with the flow of things. It's in alignment. So there, it's like you can't lose in this circumstance. It's like, it's the, like time and space are literally working with you on this, okay? The growth cycle is ensured. You are planting it at the exact right time. And then we have the 5 of Swords, and we have the Queen of Swords in reverse, which to me, this is just like nasty words and stuff. Like, that's really what I'm getting for this. So I find that to be a very interesting sequence at the end of this spread. So we have something that's moving fast and moving in alignment with the natural flows. And this is honestly, not gonna lie, I don't know where this is coming up from. We're gonna have to look into that. But this is like naysayers, people who have nasty things to say, but they don't even know all the forces that are on your side. They don't even know like how you're working in alignment with things. And so I just looked over at the deck, and we have a card here, and this just so happens to be the 8 of Swords. So to me, this screams to me that this is you. I thought it was like an external party, but no, this is you. This is how you're talking to yourself. This is how you're dealing with yourself. This mental imprisonment that you're creating, these mean, nasty words, this self-criticism, this self-judgment, this self-deprecation, all because you don't know the forces that are working in alignment with you, which is kind of what this whole spread is about at the end of the day. Like, there are things trying to come into you. There are things trying to work with you, trying to co-create with you. I would just say like God and the divine, trying to co-create with you, trying to bring you in exactly what you asked for, but you're unavailable to it. You are not available to it because of some unprocessed emotions, right? And I think these unprocessed emotions have a lot to do with this 5 of Swords, Queen of Swords in reverse energy, is the way you treat yourself as a result. Like maybe in that circumstance, in that example that I was talking about, where you're waiting for someone to come race you, instead of being like speaking, like hyping yourself up and being like, oh, like I'm such a great racer, like I deserve to do this. Like, let's not make it about external parties. Like, I'm great at this. I love to do this. I'm going to put my best foot forth and whatever, and keeping that attitude. It's maybe when the person doesn't come, oh, did they not think I was good enough? Why do people always leave me? Like, oh, I knew this was going to happen to me. You know, like that type of talk. Rather than knowing that you were literally perfectly aligned. The seed that you planted to get there, to even come to the race, put you in alignment with this whole like boys and girls group of people who do this thing, who want you there, who are looking for new people. It aligns you. Like, that's the thing. Like, there's what you were looking for is right there. It's just like you're looking in the wrong space, but not even really, because you're there. Like, you're there. It's just that you're not available to it. Straight up. So I don't want us to harp on being unavailable. What are we going to do to become available? What are we going to do to release whatever is holding us back? How are we going to get collective to where they need to be? Okay. How are we going to get collective to where they need to be? Okay. So what I'm getting here, so we have the Magician, the reverse, and the 9 of Cups, which is very interesting to me. To me, this speaks, well, the sequence itself speaks of something, right? So manifesting your own satisfaction becomes a burden in some way, right? Like, you're starting to think of this as a burden. Manifesting your own satisfaction has become a burden. And I'm going to attribute that directly to the energies that you serially attract, that you consistently find yourself in, such as, for example, like the guy at the race who's waiting for someone else, rather than seeing the opportunity that he has been brought to, that he has been aligned to. And we're saying it doesn't matter. It's just what came to mind, that he's been brought to, he's been aligned to, that you've been aligned to. Instead of seeing it, it's like you were literally placed here and you were not missing out on anything. You were being brought exactly where you need to be. But these mindsets, these things would be so terrible to get in your way, right? would be so strong, would have such strong influence to get in your way. And that's why you keep going into those situations. Because what's the point of giving you the big situation, the big, great, grand thing, if you're not even going to be available to it? This is what's trying to come through. And the moment that you see, you're like, oh, right? And that's why that moment of reflection, that moment of pause, that moment of like really sitting in the energy that gets you to be in this Five of Swords, Queen of Swords, reverse energy to yourself, really sitting in that is so important. Because now you see that your manifestations, your creations have become a burden. How crazy is that, right? Like you seeing and stay with me with this analogy, but you seeing the Boys and Girls Club, that's your manifestation. That's what would bring you satisfaction, is now a burden. And it comes to you in the form of a burden because you're so occupied with something else, you don't have time for that, or it's serving as a reflection of what you don't have rather than what you do have, when it's literally supposed to be a reflection of what you do have. And then we have the Seven of Wands at the end of this spread. So the burden that you're carrying, and it feels like you're defending it. It feels like you're defending this burden. It's like defending the fact that you carry the burden. I need to get more into the Seven of Wands because that's not very clear. What's the Seven of Wands? Seven of Cups. So this to me is like confusion and things like that. I feel like, your satisfaction has become a burden. You know, like what you truly want has become a burden. It's like you're trying to protect what you truly want, the vision of what you're telling yourself that you're protecting the vision of what you truly want. You're like, oh, I want to like show off my talents and I want to really like indulge this race and like be the best. Like I'm going to be the best, whatever. But in that same vein, you're putting yourself in this state of confusion, in this state of lacking self-clarity by not holding yourself in that regard, by not like attracting from that place, right? Like the fact that these things would naturally, and stay with me, the fact that these things would naturally attract to you becomes a burden because they come to you, but you are completely unavailable. You are never in the right place at the right time. I'm not saying never, right? But in this circumstance, you were not in the right place at the right time. So now it's a burden. Now it's an inconvenience because you have committed yourself, because you have placed yourself in a space that you feel now obligated to. That you now feel obligated to. And that's why there's this Seven of Wands energy. It's like you're protecting that thing that you feel obligated to. Well, I told this person I was going to come race with them. Well, what about you? They're not there. If they want to join you, they can join you. But why are you letting someone else rule the show? Why are you letting something external be the vision rather than seeing the vision right here and seeing yourself as aligned for it? Okay. So we got some energies there. I want to do one quick, just like we have this healing energy oracle. I want to do one quick ending message with that. So the Sage is not lit, and I want to do these cards because this is a newer deck, and I've been using it, so I want to cleanse it because I'm the only energy that's been on this deck. It's kind of scary to use this when it's like smoking. Okay. Sorry guys. Cleansing this deck, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Thank you for the cleansing effects. Thank you to the Sacred Sage. Okay. How are you guys feeling? Let me know in the comments. Let me know, what is it that y'all are avoiding, and how are we about to stop avoiding it? Okay. So what messages can we give the collective as they walk away from this reading, as they go back to their independence, into their solitude, into their introspection? What message can we leave them with that will be impactful in navigating this energy? I do want to say, because I know our last part was kind of like, what can they do to get out of this? What I really feel is that you need to start, instead of defending the position that you're currently in, you need to start defending what it is, your core wants, desires, things like that. You need to start defending those, like, you know, like, and if something comes and infringes upon that, such as someone who doesn't show up for you or whatever, who didn't show up to the race, well, I have to protect my interest. And I have no problem inviting others and being understanding, but I will protect my interest. And that's what you guys, that's where you guys need to be. And I think that understanding that you need to protect your interest will bring you to this place of having to kind of like sit in this contemplative, reflective energy of what pain resides in having not put yourself first, and also being on the receiving end of other people not doing the same. And that always happens from us not meeting our own needs first, but when other people do it, it really really reinforces the tendency to internalize one's own deservingness of that or whatever have you. So let's get a little bit deeper. We're just going to take some closing messages. We have self-love, release, success, and inner work. Self-love. I attend to my needs by listening to my heart. My inner essence lets me know what is good for me. I respect my limits. I answer the requests of my body and soul. Thus, I learn to love myself. I mean, what more do we need to hear there? It says, my inner essence lets me know what is good for me, and I respect my limits. Respecting your limits is going to be so important here. You cannot hold on to things if it's pushing your boundaries and your thresholds in a negative way, because things that push our boundaries are not inherently bad. Then we have release. I stop fighting my fears and the hardships of life. I control my thoughts, live in the present moment, and accept each stage of my life. I work on what I have power over and put into God's hands what I can't change. I trust that everything will work out for the best. And what I really get from that is just like this person being, you know, waiting for this other person to come. You control what you can. Okay, I'm going to play a game with these people in the meantime. And it probably turns out to be the best thing ever. Make yourself available for what's in the present. Don't ever let yourself be like stuck in the future. Allow yourself to be releasing things constantly so that you can constantly also be receiving. So if you ever found yourself in a moment where it's like you're kind of like waiting for something, or you're kind of held up in an energy, allow yourself to release, get into the present, and receive what is in the present, because anywhere you are, there is something to receive, okay? And then we have success. I grow and thrive in the universe. I discover the purity of my heart and the higher wisdom that guides me towards victory. I direct my thoughts towards clarity and nurture wisdom, love, and goodness within me. I am free now, and I succeed in my life. Yeah. Discovering the purity of your heart. We were talking about this, like you plan to see, you're in the exact right place and your intentions are pure. So when your intentions are pure, you will find like things that are likened to that, but you have to be available to it. So it's about really just getting in tune with your own truth and living by that. And then we have inner work. God brings me ideal situations for my inner healing. As I become aware of my weaknesses, I turn them into strengths. I direct my thoughts towards light and see the positive side of every stage of my life. Darkness turns into courage, thus I get stronger. I mean, this is what we've been talking about, y'all, okay? God brings you into ideal situations for your inner healing, and that's all that was. And how can you transmute in that moment instead of holding on to those things? But the moments that we allow more pain to be accrued, or that we internalize, or that we allow ourselves to stay in an energy that we've been in, that we have been yearning to get out of, is a missed opportunity, because it's in those very moments that you become consciously aware that I'm in this, that you have been given an opportunity to become aware of whatever weaknesses, to turn them into strengths and to heal. So in that very moment, I think of this as you being at the park being like, you know what, I'm not gonna wait. I really, this is important to me, and I really want to get out there. I'm gonna put myself out there regardless of what just happened, and I'm gonna go and make, you know, the fact that I showed up my strength, because I showed up and now I'm here. You know, just like a little example, but that was really fun to do, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this reading. Like I said, we're trying to come up with a new schedule. I don't have set days. We're maybe going to try Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but I also don't know if that's me. I don't know if I should just stick to just 3 days a week, whatever random days, but I am trying to do a reading a week, an ASMR a week, and a channeled message a week. So then I have space for every single type of person who wants to come for whatever type of content that I offer, right? Because I'm no longer trying to confine myself to one type of content. I have like a general aura about me, an essence that comes through in every video and every style, but I'm not going to say I'm an ASMR channel. I'm not going to say I'm a tarot channel. I'm not going to say that I am, you know, like a spiritual coach or something like that. I am just me, and I put out content that resonates, but it all has like a similar theme. So I'm not gonna be coming here making Roblox videos. I don't know where the Roblox just came from, but you know, but what I'm saying, yeah. So all right guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.